Liv, we're back for real talk.
Happy to be here.
It's Leonie.
Oh, God, what's my name? And Liv.
Always a pleasure.
Oh, you'd think I'd get better after the 200 plus episodes, or probably, I don't know, the 50 that we've done at least.
Right? No, 100%.
But no, surely that's the best. Surely everyone enjoys that.
They're like, how are they going to fumble their way through this intro? This will be pretty...
Sorry, guys.
So today I have not a bone to pick actually, but just something that's been stressing me out at home. These tantrums, are they still a thing for you in your family?
Is it like that we have two boys? Is it just the age? Is it, I don't know what it is, but I already feel like my energy's down. I'm going to lift it, guys. But I'm the same. I feel a bit defeated.
Yes.
I think this is parenting. We all know that parenting is highs and lows, and there are just some tough periods. And like, I know work's been super busy for you. It's getting to that point in the year that, we've had it where like a few months in now, we've been sprinting, and it's like, okay, I don't know if I have the energy to deal with this because I know that my fuse is a lot shorter. So is that what's going on for you?
This is 100%. So let me explain to you what happened to me like yesterday morning. So basically, so this is why I said to Jules, we're not doing smoothies in our household anymore because they're literally causing too much conflict. So basically, can you hear it already? So basically what happened was Jules loves to do a smoothie for the boys in the morning, on the weekends, whatever it looks like. So we were going to do smoothies. He said, Charlie, do you want to do a smoothie? Because Charlie likes to put the banana in, the Thermomix, etc. And Charlie's like, no. And I said, all right, no worries. Charlie, let's go and have your shower then. Dad will make your smoothie. Off he goes, has his shower, comes back out, the Thermomix is on, and Dad's like, and Jules is like, all right, smoothie's coming, boys. And Charlie's like, you made my smoothie without me. And I'm like, yeah, we agreed. I'm like, we agreed. He's like, no, I don't want to have that smoothie. You made it without me. And I was literally like, is this child for real? So then it's chaos because then Noah comes in, what's going on? Oh, Dad, you made this smoothie. He just like jumps on Charlie's bandwagon without me. We're like, no, you don't care about who makes the smoothie. This is like a Charlie thing. Like, why are you teaming up now and saying you've got a problem?
Oh my gosh.
So then what does he do? They're both jumping up and down, and I was literally like, Jules, I'm like, Jules, I'm like, what do we do? I was like, why don't we go outside and play with the ball? Smoothies will be ready.
I know what I would do.
Distract. What do you do?
Well, I just lose my mind. It's not what you should do. It's that I literally just start screaming.
Yeah.
And I say, you're being stupid.
Yeah.
Well, I've said that once, and then Tommy said, you said a bad word. And I was like, well, you are. I shouldn't say that word. It's a bad word.
Do they listen?
No, of course not.
Like, oh yeah.
No, okay. So when we were like, is it a boy thing? It's just, I think it's an age thing.
4-year-old.
Like my 4-year-old, exactly the same.
Yeah.
You peeled my banana.
Yeah.
I wanted to eat it like a monkey.
Even though I told you I didn't want to eat it like a monkey first, I told you I wanted you to peel it, and now you've peeled it.
You gave me wheat bix. Like, I said Nutri-Grain. No, you said wheat bix.
Yeah.
You cut my sandwich in two, not four. Like
all this stuff.
There's
the thing that stresses me and literally makes my skin crawl is the fact that I can't handle the noise. So I've got these two kids jumping up and down like the house is on freaking fire. I've got Jules standing there at the Thermomix like so confused, and I was like, Jules, just ignore them. So I was like, no, because it also annoys me that I'm starting my day having to yell. So I'm like, I'm not going to go there. Let's not go there. I was trying to be really civil. So there's chaos behind me.
Proud of you.
And I opened the dishwasher door. I'm like carefully putting things away. But at one point, because I'm a little bit rattled from all the freaking noise, and at this point, Jules is jumping in now being like, oh, we're having smells. So the kid's like, and I'm like, just focus, be calm, Leonie, be calm, keep putting the dishes away. At one point, I turn around quickly and slam my toe into the dishwasher door that was hanging open, and literally, Liv, I screamed so loud. I was like,
well, that put an end to it. I bet that solved the kid.
Literally, everyone was like frozen in the kitchen.
What did we do to Mum? We killed Mum.
It was that full throaty scream from it.
Poor thing.
And I was like, oh my God, run. Our poor neighbours are like, what, mate? It's 8 o'clock on a Saturday. So then I'm in there, and I was just like in the freezer trying to get the ice, and I was like turned to the boys and I'm like, we're doing smoothies again. And they're like, deer in headlights, like, So Jules is like, sit down, I'm hobbling, Liv, for a week, my toe's been like black. It's not broken, but it's been, and I was literally like this. So
you poor
FYI,
thing.
guys, don't unload the
I
dishwasher.
hope you don't lose your nail. Like that's.
I know. Imagine like,
I know.
oh my God, I've had that happen before. Losing the toenail. But it's just this. It's all the, and so yeah, eventually they quietly like sat there having their smoothies, and I was kind of like, all right, well, now I'm in pain for the rest of the day. Thanks, guys. Can't exercise all week. Can't do anything because of your stupid tantrums. And then like within 2 hours, there's another tantrum starting. Like this is my problem.
I think this is every household where there is a child under the age of probably 10. Like I think they've still got a few years of tantruming. In fact, they'll probably be teenagers in tantrum. And it is just exhausting, and it does depend on your fuse. And we all know that there are some mornings that you can sit down and talk to them like all the big feelings books tell you to do, to get down on their level and, express, the impact of the behaviour, like full David Attenborough type styles. But we also know sometimes, and I know that I explode way too much. I did, same a couple of mornings ago where, just getting ready, just getting them out the door in the morning, they were just being so painful, doing all the usual stuff that just triggers me, and I lost my cool. I think I told this a similar story recently where I had to like walk up and down my driveway at 7:30 in the morning because I lost I was losing it. And I hate starting my day. Same. And then the kids get upset, and then your day's just off to a rocky start. This time I did go David Attenborough style, get down onto my kids' level, and like I was almost teary because I was so exhausted and so overwhelmed, and I hate myself, as I know, there's probably so many parents listening too. We've all checked ourselves when we're like, we don't want to be that parent yelling at our kids, sometimes maybe even scaring them because they're like, what's wrong with mum? But like sometimes you just don't know what else to do, and I can't regulate my behaviour. I mean, we expect our 4-year-olds to regulate their behaviour, and here I am at 38 and a half, and I still can't regulate my own behaviour.
Well, and it depends on the time of the day for me too. I'm no good in the afternoons. Mornings, I have a little bit more of a fuse. Afternoon, the shortest fuse going round. I've been up early. It's a long day. I'm just trying to get dinner on the table, and it's like this yelling and the wrestling, the this.
Do you try and take yourself away? Like, have you got some strategies that are working? Have you got some tips? Help me.
Putting earphones in and listening to like my Real Housewives and like turning up full volume and smiling at the children as they wrestle and scream. And I'm like, another day in freaking paradise over here, living the best, living my dream.
Oh my God, that's okay. Good.
Ignore whatever you need to
take yourself to another place.
Take yourself to another place, and that, that is, and it's interesting you say that. So someone did DM us today, and we are talking about, sibling arguments and perhaps how we are towards, how we discipline our children and how we handle all this chaos that exists in our household. And this particular person said, my children are 2 years apart, which is the exact same as us, Liv, and constantly argue, preach. The constant noise and complaining is killing me. How
I feel
you handling arguments at home between siblings? Any hot tips? So like just this loud commotion. How are we handling it?
I'm obviously not handling it. I wish I had some advice. I don't know, like some of the things that I do is just try and get them out. Like if they're inside, I try and just get them outside. I try and, if it's at night time, so you're better off in the morning. For some weird reason, I'm better off at night time. I don't know what, like I'm just so anxious about getting to work, and I run a military precision process in the morning. And if something doesn't go wrong, I just lose my marbles. But I've started like trying to appeal to their relationship. Like you have each other, look at the impact of the behaviour. Like I'm just trying to get them to zero in on the behaviour that might upset the other one. I mean, they're so little they don't get it, and it's hard for them to regulate. But I don't know what else to do other than just yell at them, try and get them outside, have routine and the same process. I'm a big one for reward and recognising the right behaviours and shouting that out. And when we have a good morning, boys, wasn't that a great morning? Look, doesn't it feel good? We're all happy. We're out of the house. Mummy doesn't like it when I have to yell. It makes Mummy feel sad. Like the amount of times I have to say that, sometimes with tears, like pooling in my eyes.
I think that's such a great one, acknowledging the good as well as, and I try to do that as well, and so that they're aware of the good times and going, oh, we want more of this.
Yeah.
I'm big on bribery in our household. So we have,
Same.
I think it was Amelia Lamont, midwife mama, love her, shout out to her. She provided me with this great tip, which was the that we call it the lucky dip, and essentially go to Kmart, buy $2 little trinkets, wrap them up in like leftover wrapping paper and stuff like that, pop them in a bag or a box or whatever, and that's the lucky dip. And if you show good behavior, you get to reach your hand in and then unwrap a gift.
Good.
And the process of just unwrapping something, if the little stickers or whatever. So we've got a lucky dip that sits up on up on the cabinet, and I bring it down every now and then. Look, I think initially it worked wonders. I'm going to say for a couple of months even. I was using it a lot on the school holidays because I was just so done with their behaviour. So I was like, you get to 4 o'clock and I haven't got to yell at you. You get 2 warnings, and then after that, no lucky dip. So that was working well. But I think they go through phases, right? So at the moment, they're less inclined for the lucky dip, but it still sits there. And maybe if we don't do it for a while, we'll return to it. At the moment, we're really into the sticker chart for sleeping.
Yeah.
So if we get 5 stickers in a row, Monday to Friday, we get to go either a lucky dip, or when we go to Kmart, you can buy something up that's no more than like $5, or whatever, make up your price. Yeah. And then they get to go around the store and go, oh, is that $2? Or I can buy that, I can choose that my own. I mean, as I said, you make it what works for you. My kids love Kmart, so like that's
I think that's right. Like we have the reward charts too. We come in and out, like we can't. So we might use it for a month, and then we have to pause for a month, and we'll do something else, and then we'll bring back the reward chart. Yeah, I've had to, like, it's been particularly bad over like their behaviour, like this person. It sounds like in your household too. Yeah, has been really challenging. So I have had to have some discipline too. Yeah. Like I am doing time out. Yeah. I am, no iPad time. So for our iPads now, they're new in our household. I am semi-regretting it. Hold off as long as you can. I mean, they're only around on the weekend. Yeah. But to get iPad time now, they have to it's a reward. So you get more minutes, like 5-minute increments. Yeah. Like a reward chart sticker. So rather than you have half an hour on Saturday, no, mate, you have to earn your first 5 minutes and your second 10 minutes. And that has worked really well too, and has helped with my mum guilt about screen time as well, that they're starting to understand that, there is a process to be able to do that, and they don't just get to pull it out of the cupboard as soon as it hits 5 o'clock on a Friday, which they were doing. Isn't the weekend yet, Mum? Can we have the Switch? Can we have the iPad? Yeah. And look, sometimes I just go, they need to.
It's survival. You do you, right? But I like that, just like on average, if you can find those things that your
reward and discipline too. And if the behaviour is bad and they are being rude, which has happened, like the eye rolling that has suddenly started to occur in my house. Yeah. Like, where has that come from?
We're not there yet, but I'm sure it's on its way.
I've had my first eye roll. Like, Mum. So I'm really starting to follow through on, we don't do that here. Go to your room, time out. Yep. And not for long periods, but just as a consequence for action.
Will they do it?
Good and bad.
To their room?
For Harry, he's like, sweet. Like, I got all my books in my room. Like, I'm happy, Mum. Yes, send me to my room, see if I care. And I'm like, I don't like, go to your room, close the door, do that. Yeah. Tommy, it works perfectly for him, maybe because he's a little bit older and he's more reflective of. And he has a really strong desire and motivation to be good. So if he feels like he's let me down or let us down or he's hurt his brother, it's the end of the world still. Okay. So I think that's age. I think that's personality with him. Yeah. I mean, I've got both of them. Yeah. But I think you just got to adapt to find a way to get through so the behaviour doesn't repeat. And we're definitely in too much repetition. I've just got to try and find a way to stop.
Yes. What are our discipline things? So I sometimes, if the kids are more for Charlie, for some reason Charlie's pretty scared of the garage.
I'm going to put you in the garage.
So I'm like, do you want to go to the garage for time out? No. And so sometimes I'll like, if he's being a bit silly, he'll be like, fine, I don't care. Let's go to the garage. So we'll go up to the garage door. Like there's not the roller door, but there's one on the side. I'll open the door. I'll be like, look how dark it is in there. He'll be like, no, I don't want to go anymore. I can't be good. And he'll run back inside. So I've never actually put him in, but it's like threatened the idea of it because he's like, it's so dark and yucky and dirty.
Yeah. No, it's like whatever works.
That could kind of get them to snap
Yeah.
out of like, or acknowledge that shit. Like, you know, I've done something wrong here. With Noah, I'm just trying to think what it is. Like, often I'll be like, I'll be like, see, timeout doesn't work for him because he'll be like, oh, whatever. Oh, yeah, send me to the garage. Like, I don't care. I'll find something. I'll ride my bike around the garage so you open the door again. Like, he's such like...
That is so him.
You know, he's just so like, whatevs, Mum. It's difficult.
Reward chart time. Like, could you do something like that?
On rewards with him. And if he messes up, if he really hurts his brother, he feels it.
Yeah.
And he does take that to heart. If he annoys us, he doesn't care. I literally wrote like an SOS text to my mum the other day. I was like, I'm so done with Noah's behaviour. You need to talk to you and Dad need to talk to him. He's the only person who will listen to you because Noah will just infiltrate, you know, the whole household with whatever mood he's in. Yeah. I'm in a bad mood. So then all of a sudden everyone needs to be angry. Like he's just, so we need to rein that.
It's a mature, he's still so little too, and it's so hard for them to regulate. And how do you try and share the impact that it has? Because it's right, like his mood, even at the age of 6.5, right? Like we'll still, really hit. But I think we just got to keep soldiering on and trying different things and kind of keeping them on their toes.
Yes.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I can't get Harry to just stay at the dinner table. That's the other one at the moment. Okay. So he will not sit and eat a meal. Oh. And we're having more family meals now. Okay. I'm trying really hard to get home. Yeah. Family meals, done. All of us together. Yeah. Harry will take one mouthful and then go walk around the house. And I lose my mind. Like, just sit there. We do not get down until everyone has finished his meal. And he literally looks at me and he's like, no. Like, just runs around the house.
Good ideas, Mum. Not into it.
But I if anyone's got a way of solving that, other than literally screaming, please help me. Because
it's so funny what triggers us like in different ways. Like, I probably wouldn't care so much, but as long as they've eaten all their food, like that's my thing. Like eat as much of your food as you can.
Yeah, whereas for me, I'm like, it's family time, we are together, we've been apart all day, we're coming home. Like that's something that was in my upbringing that we would sit. And I'm trying to replicate that. Yeah. And like I think he's like at 4.5, soon to be 5. You should be able to sit and have a meal. Like that's not unreasonable. If your kids do that, maybe tell me that I'm not alone.
We need hot tips, guys. If you guys have any other hot tips around the discipline, the reward charts, etc., let me know. Let us know. Now, the other thing is, I did look up Raising Children's Net Worth, and I looked
You've got some proper advice. Good, please.
Look at us rambling for like 20 minutes. Here we go. So, how do we handle sibling fights? So now, I'd actually like your opinion on this because I'm not sure I entirely agree. But they say stop the fight before the crying starts.
I try and do that, but I'm always like 1 second.
Yeah, right. Or so this might require them to be physically separated, different rooms, etc. But I'm like, I know that sometimes I'm going to just let someone burst into tears and then run to me. Like I almost let them sort it out. We had that other episode we did around when do you jump in and interfere on these fights. Sometimes I just know that they're going to end up in tears and just, okay, go at it.
Yeah, no one's getting seriously hurt.
No one's getting seriously hurt. No one, the knives aren't out or anything. You know, they're just screaming at each other or wrestling or whatever. Let them cry it out.
I think that's all well and good. Stop the fight before the crying starts. Yep, if you can.
If you can. You're going to like the next one. Keep your cool. Oh, I told you we might not agree with raising children. We usually do, but I don't know about these ones. All right, the next one. Tell children you'll talk about it later. I do somewhat agree with that. Sometimes if you're trying to discipline or explain in the heat of the moment when they're coming out of this fight and they're so emotive.
I've definitely got a visual of my mum like saying to me right now, we will talk about it later.
Later,
When you can tell that she is so angry, we will talk about this later. Okay, noted. Yeah. Anxiety level up. What have I done this time?
Pop that in my diary.
I was 21 at the time.
And applying consequences. So, for example, if children are fighting over a toy, make sure neither child gets the toy. Do you know what I do? I go, if you can't sort out who gets that teddy bear, I'm taking it and I'm throwing it over the fence.
It's like, that is like,
I've
that's
actually never
me.
thrown it over the. Oh, once
I'm going to give these toys to children who will look after them.
I made the gesture of throwing it, and they've all looked over the fence, and I've held it behind my. And then they're like, "No,
Mommy."
So I've done that one actually.
I think these are all well and good.
Yeah.
I think the other thing is like following through. Like I often make a threat and then don't fault. Like it's like I'm going to give you 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1. And then nothing. I'm so bad at following through. That's my mission, to like follow through, consequence, action. That's just my parenting style too. I've spoken about that a lot over the last few episodes. That's how I'm going to change behaviour in my household. Good luck to me.
What to all of us. Lastly, I'm going to leave you on this thought.
Yeah.
Do you feel you're stricter with one child than the other?
Yeah. I mean, probably, yes. But their personalities are so different.
Yes.
But if I'm being like, the pause is obviously I'm really trying to challenge myself on it. I know I parent my children slightly different. I think I have different expectations of them, which is not always fair.
Yeah.
I probably spread my attention unfairly at times too. That might be a whole new episode that we need to talk about because I think it's a real thing for lots of parents to kind of navigate. But where they're at in their age groups just means that you do have to discipline and deal with them slightly differently. So yes, I do. To your question, I am stricter with my youngest child currently because he needs more boundaries because he is younger and he's also the one that will test the boundaries more than my eldest. So
interesting.
I need to put those structures to literally keep him safe and not run in front of a car because that is what he attempts to do all the time because he loves running and dancing and showing off and being the party starter. So that is why.
I'm the same with Noah. So my eldest, I think he's more vivacious and therefore I'm just kind of like, again, stricter boundaries. We don't do that. And also I think there's an age thing where I'm like, you should know not to do that. Yeah. You're old enough. And sometimes that can be unfair because he is a child still. Yeah. But I expect more from him than my youngest. So you're right. I think this is potentially another episode around.
It's a big one.
How do we parent each child?
How do we
parent? And is it bloody fair? Because it's probably not.
Let's just call it, that's the episode name. How do we parent?
Right. Full stop, the end. All right, we'll leave it there, Liv. We'll catch you next time.
See ya.